So, I'm looking to play this, I think, down the end, or maybe in the middle. Either way, he's trying to hold for the black. Yeah, into the middle it goes. But unfortunately, it was always near jaw. It's the only way he could hold for the black, that, by keeping it just low. But it's never going to be an easy shot, is it? Be interesting to see how O'Sullivan plays here. We mentioned all this about a snooker cue tip, which been changed a few times today. Fraser Patrick, who's a tour professional, came along and put a tip on for him. And may not mean a lot to a non-player. Great shot though to start with. Nice double. With only the red that he was playing that he could leave. Yeah, so it'll be fascinating to see how he plays. If anyone can, with a brand new tip.
8.
Only O'Sullivan can, I suppose.
Nine. $60. $17.
Well, there are a couple of reds out in the open, as you can see, but and going into them, it depends how he feels about this, really. I don't think he fancies it. The pack were a little awkward looking. Sometimes you just think, well, I'll go into these and I'll probably end up stuck on about 2 or 3 reds.
24. $25.
It's a good shot. Choice of reds here. Certainly the one to the left of the two will pop.
32.
That's the one. The one below it didn't go, actually. Wow.
33.
Maybe it was the low camera angle that made it look like it was wide, but it went in off the jaw. So winning the frame, of course,
40.
the most important priority. But he's currently on reds and blacks.
41.
And I think this time he doesn't have the angle to stay on the black anyway, as he wants
48.
to plough through the bunch. But if there's a snooker match of some importance, and winning the frame will always come first.
$49.
Interesting choice here. Very easy blue, refused. More difficult green. He cued it really well, actually. He looks sharper tonight already. I know he had a chance early.
52.
With Jimmy White, the balls for both players, I thought, run awkwardly quite a lot. It's one of those matches you get every now and then.
53.
2 ways of going into these. Top spin around 2 cushions with running side or with pace directly. Oh, that is just a wonderful shot. It was a little straight, but he made the angle perfectly. Beautiful.
58.
This is well worth another look. Couldn't see it played any better.
Thank you.
This break is only 4.5 minutes old. Already Sullivan close to clinching the frame. Well, not clean, and it wasn't too far away from
66.
rattling and staying out, as O'Sullivan's reaction indicated. But in it went. this red and the black, and it's 1-0
67.
O'Sullivan.
Well, I think this is just what he needed, actually, a good start. For obvious
74.
reasons, but just to give him a bit of confidence back, because I think he's been playing okay in the
75.
last few matches. Don't forget, he's played quite a lot of snooker since the UK final, a couple of qualifiers, which he struggled through. And I haven't seen him at his brilliant best yet. 6 matches now this will be since Selby defeated him last
82.
weekend.
83.
He's already made as many centuries this season as he did in the whole of last, 30.
90.
Every chance of eclipsing that with this contribution now.
91. $98. 99.
Well, not only a century here, but the chance to knock the final red out from the cushion.
What a start.
Beautiful, wasn't it? For an absolutely glorious start.
4.
Didn't move the red, but doesn't matter. It was a great break.
It was indeed. Terrific start from Ronnie O'Sullivan, as good as he has produced so far. A terrific finale to this all-important day at the Scottish Open, underway in style. Ronnie O'Sullivan with a century, 104. To take the opening frame against Mark Allen. Allen won't be thrilled with the break-off, particularly the way O'Sullivan was queuing in that first frame. Picking up where he left off.
1. That was a good shot. He was a little square on the brown there, but he played it beautifully.
5.
And it was, of course, always heading down towards the reds. This is a fine start from O'Sullivan.
6. $13.
Yes, whatever problems O'Sullivan
40.
has had with his tip during the course of this tournament, they seem to have been rectified.
Yes, I think Liang Wenbo, in fact I know Liang Wenbo has just won
21.
on the other table, beaten Barry Hawkins too. Players have enjoyed the home nation so far, because
22.
Wenbo winning the English Open in Manchester. Barry Hawkins runner-up in Belfast in the Northern Irish. But Wenbo through again.
And he will play either Udaloo or Sean O'Sullivan in the quarters.
Yeah, Udaloo won that match I think in the end, so an all-Chinese clash.
$29. 30. $37. 38.
Gave that a bit extra to get topside, and it gives him a whole host of options. He'd probably, if he's going into them, he'd probably like to just go into them to the right of where the pink is, into that little group. Yeah, that's a good shot. That's beautifully played. He's so good at breaking the bunch. There's a bit of luck in it, but a lot
43.
of skill. target was not the pink, just to the right of it there. And that really held the cue ball in the middle of the table, most importantly. And that's well cued also.
44.
All of this the result of that loose break-off from Mark Allen, leaving a red out for O'Sullivan.
$49. 50. $56.
Big moment just now, by the way, in the match between Neil Robertson and Marco Fu, who's won frame 4 on
57.
a tie-break black. So instead of 3-1 Robertson, it's 2 apiece. Fu having made his 7th century of the tournament, his 4th today. In the opening frame, a 1-4-1 before Robertson won frames 2 and 3. So that match very much up for grabs. Winner to play the Mark Williams on Mark Davis.
65.
Yeah, I mean, we're spoilt for choice, aren't we? The standard, but right now it's O'Sullivan in full cry, which is always a joy to watch.
Well, whoever put on his latest tip could be in line for a bonus, I think. This one is working
73.
very satisfactorily.
Well, it was tour player Fraser Patrick who did it, friend of Alan McManus. I don't think Ronnie and Fraser they don't know each other that well, but might become good friends, I think, because he's put on a beautiful tip. Apparently he's renowned in these parts for that. Good player himself.
81.
And if you asked Ronnie how this tip is at the moment, he'd probably say, nah, not bad. Back-to-back centuries looming.
87.
Okay, just okay.
Bit of ambidextrous
88.
snooker for good measure. This really is vintage O'Sullivan. Mark Allen's only had a couple of shots. He must feel as though he's not started the match yet. He's already 2-0 down.
96.
Absolutely brilliant. This is why he fills auditoriums.
103.
It's special stuff. The crowd loving it. 104 in the opening frame, 103 in the second. Ronnie O'Sullivan in top gear already, and Mark Allen has to somehow find a way to stem the tide, otherwise this match could be over very quickly. O'Sullivan 2-0 up.